debate. I got a bigger following. I'm in it to win. I got charisma. That's
Okay.
a big part of it. You hit a wall down back. You this close to calling it. Yeah, we break the ball. No, you can't. No stopping it. You can never break it down. Keep on going. I can take a hit. Nobody can steal my crown. Hot blood warrior. Can you feel my fire? No, you can't. No stopping it. You can never break me down. I've been really patient. It's my time to pop off. You know I'm bad about it. Gotta get my money involved. I'm so original. I could never make up my flaws. I got the haters extra mad cause they can never evolve. They're so emotional. How y'all even make it this far? Ain't no reconcile that's gonna bring you closer to moi. I hear the birds out yapping. They swerve right past me. If they get caught lacking, whole family gon' fall. Yeah, we break the ball. No, you can't. No stopping it. You can never break me down. Keep on going. I can take a hit. Nobody can steal my crown. Hot blood warrior. Can you feel my fire?
The world's best gather here. XBL baseball starts.
Crushed to the moon, and we're tied.
Picks it up on the second. Over to first in time for the double play that ends the inning.
That's gone.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Trying to repeat.
It's good!
Homeward to the pen! This game is over!
Oh! Crushed! Left field! Off the pole!
Domingo Bell, deep right center field, carrying, and it's gone.
That was hit hard. Left center field. Did she do it again? To the wall!
Swung on Bell to the deep left field. Is this baby gone? A grand slam!
Champion! The AAA World Series is over on a line shot.
I can't believe my eyes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a 7th edition of Ebb versus Ricks in the AAA semifinals. We've got a real great series here. It's gone all the way to the end, and the two best words in sports, Game 7. So we've got Mist in the booth. He's been here pretty much the whole series. How you doing tonight, Mist?
Doing good. Yeah, been a fantastic weekend. Looking forward to this is what's on tap here tonight. Game 7. We might have some XBL tomorrow night. But this is really where the party is at based on what we've seen from these two, right?
Yeah, it's been, like you said, a great series, and this one's had a little bit of everything. We've seen a pitching duel and a 1-0 win. We've seen a 16-inning win. We've seen a couple of blowouts that displayed power. We've seen games won by fielders and great throws to the plate. We've seen a little bit of everything in it, and it's because of that, it makes it hard to put your finger on who's going to win tonight because they've both displayed that they have skill in each part of the field and on each side at the plate and the mound. So you have anything to say about that? Just the fact that we've seen so much from this series through 6 games?
Well, you know they're veterans and they've played like veterans. We've already spoken of the tightness of the defense, the ability to hold runners, the ability to not get down too much when things are not going your way, which is probably one of the biggest skills in playing SMB at the human versus human level. It's so difficult, but these two have really they've really bounced back anytime. Seems like as soon as one gets up and gets in a good lick, the other one seems to always be the next one to put a good shot in there. So it's been that kind of series.
Yeah, like you said, we've definitely seen the veteran display from both of these guys, the way that they've been able to stem tides, and we saw that in game 5 or 6 when Eddie had that 10-run inning after nearly 25 innings straight of only putting up 1 or 2 runs. We've seen the mental plays especially on the base running. We've seen a lot of pickoffs and steal attempts went south because of just the veteran cadence that they have in those big moments, and they don't let it get too big for them because they've been here before. So, yeah, definitely what you said. The veterans have showed out, and they're under the ultimate pressure right now. They've got a game 7 with the finals on the line, and they're looking to face Zlat over there, who's been a steam train in that side of the bracket. But with that said, you have a prediction for tonight? Who you think's going to win?
I'm gonna go Eddie. I don't really know why. I really don't know why. I'm gonna pick Ed.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I also think Eddie, they're both veterans, but Eduardo's made it to the big stage before. He's been in the finals and just barely not been able to get that trophy. He's due to make it back there and try to capture his first AAA title. Ricks has been great all series, but so has Eddie, and I wouldn't be surprised if it went either way, but I think either way it goes, it's going to be a close one. And I'm excited to get this one underway and see if our prediction's right. We both are on Eddie's side. No hate against Ricks, but they're both great players, 2 and 3 in the rankings. And here in just a minute, I'm going to get it started, and we're going to see Game 7, your first one of the AAA playoffs so far. And I'm sure it's due to be a doozy, so y'all hang on tight. We'll jump right into the game. Like I said, they're pre-recorded. They've been pre-recorded the whole series, but live reactions. So give me a few seconds, a few minutes, and I'll get it started up.
Got it.
All right, everybody, and now we load in and we get ready to watch Game 7 get underway. We'll see if anyone can get off to a hot start here. We've seen a little bit of that in both games so far, a couple of hot starts and a couple of slow starts. So we're going to see some good pitchers on the mound. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of the same that we've seen in terms of bullpen management and the way that they've avoided attacking some of the stronger batters in the lineup. But Ricks is going to be at home with his back against the wall as they're both fighting for that last spot in the AAA, the only spot left open. So this should be a good one. I'm excited.
Yeah, and so I guess we got more or less the battle of number 3 pitchers here. I'm not sure how that's going to advantage one or the other, but Longbalo going to lead us off here.
Yeah, and you look for names like this. Hammer Longbalo is who can have... Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. Let me mute that music behind. Okay, now we should be good. Yeah, you look for names like Hammer Longbalo, names like Cat Stanza, then on the other side, Willard Wiggins and Choo Choo Rails. You look for names like that in these big games. Who can take advantage of the opportunities when you have your really good batters up to the plate? We saw that happen in Game 3 with Hammer Longbalo, who had a 2-home run game, and that was the difference.
Yeah, we knew he'd put his stamp on at some point, and he did there. But this is really the big stage here.
Yeah, and Hammer Longbalo gets the lead off after it bounces off the glove of the second baseman over there, and now Cat Stands is up. Twinkle Toes is going to be on the mound, who had a good outing in his first one, was the best of the 4 starters, even with the fact he doesn't have the strongest stats. Still rocking a 0 ERA after pitching that Game 4. But he gives up 2 hits before getting his first out, and now there's a little bit of danger very early on here. But we've seen Ricks in these situations. We'll see if it's no different here in Game 7. He's gotten out of a lot of these.
Yeah, and the typical Ricks here running no curve, no changeup. There's maybe 3 guys in the entire AAA that could even attempt that and really be successful with it. But it's something he's very comfortable with. So it's kind of crazy in a way. I don't know how you can really run that against Ed.
Yeah, it's worked out well in most games so far this series. Hasn't held the sirloins down, but a weird bounce there. He's going to send it home. He's not going to have it in time. And now we've got our first run of the game. after a Lloyd Cook bunt that advanced the runners, and now a hit by Willard Wiggins. And a little bit of a questionable decision there
Yeah,
early in
and
the game.
I think that was opening jitters there. Ricks wouldn't normally make that mistake. I think if this was the 13th inning of the when they had back to backs, they were rolling back and forth, making great play after great. I don't think he would have made that decision. But let's see if he can wiggle out. Oh, another single.
Right, and we've seen Ricks make the right decision a lot of times on those bases juice situations with the weak grounders right there. Makes the wrong decision, and it costs him another run now as we've got one line to second base. He drops it. He might have enough for a double play because of it. If he sends it to third, we'll see if he gets the tag, and he does. And an unorthodox double play, but Ricks gets out of the inning, only gives up 2. Could have been a lot worse. Also, because of some fielding decisions, could have been a little bit better than that. But an early lead.
That's a real veteran move to roll it over to third. It's so natural to come to first no matter what. So Ricks, after kind of a rookie mistake there, finished it up with a little bit more of a veteran play there in the field. So seems to perhaps have his head on straight now.
Right. And these veterans do make mistakes. It's just you're going to see them less commonly than you're going to see with a lot of the other players in the league. You're not going to have many mistakes out of these two. And on the mound, we're seeing Kia Igawa, who we've seen her in the series before, pretty similar stats to a lot of the other starters that Ed runs, as he likes to bring that bullpen in pretty early. So a little bit of a weaker pitcher on the mound for the Sirloins here to start than the Cerezas.
Yeah, and no time more than this to she's going to have a short leash here, no doubt, Uni.
Yeah, we'll see the bullpen in the second or third inning if there's trouble, I would imagine. But after 2 outs, we got fresh Bengata up with some good speed on first. A weak curveball, and that one's taking advantage of, and it's carrying, and it's all the way to the 5th row. It's out of the stadium. A mistake pitch from the Sirloins there, and the Cerezas take full advantage of it. Hit one 420 out of the stadium just the day after 420. And now it's 2-2 in the first inning.
Yeah, and there's the issue with the curveball. When you miss like that, these guys can really tee off, and Rick's leaned into that one. We're looking at 2-2 here, folks.
Right, you don't see many contact swing home runs, especially on curveballs, but that one was so center for him. He was able to put a good reticle on it and send it out to that right field spot where it's not quite as deep as that left center is. And he follows it up with a single right there, and now Choo Choo Rails is up. Early runs coming across here in the beginning of this ball game. And another single, and now looking to put up maybe another run before this inning's over. A bad throw, but he turns him back anyways with the man on first and second now. Wildchild has RBI hero, but first pitch prayer as well. Gonna sit on the first one, and now she's juiced. Cutter's been a problem, but he's able to get a good enough bat on that one and hit to left field. He's gonna send him around. We've seen this movie before, but he's here in time, and it's 2-3. With 2 runners in scoring position. A pitch way off the plate, but the Cerezas were able to take advantage of it and just pop it over left field and keep their inning alive.
Yeah, you got to go to third there, but perhaps just didn't know the speed of the runner there.
Now you got a pitcher up in a big spot with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and he lines it to Lloyd Cook. Not going to be able to do himself any favors.
Wow, you're happy if you're Rick's giving up only 1 there.
Yeah, now you get out of it 2-3. Very first inning displayed runs on both sides. As these starters get roughed up early, worth mentioning Twinkle Toes, that was his first runs given up so far this playoffs in that first inning to Ed.
Yeah, and we should note, Rick's has been the master almost all series other than the one game at really wiggling out of so many multiple runners on base, kind of the way he did there. Did give up 1 run, but so many of these innings from Ed look like they could blow wide open, and they just rarely do.
Yeah, and that's the reason that they're in a Game 7 right now. Eddie has outplayed him in terms of batting, but Ricks has really done an excellent job of getting out of those situations and stretching it 7 games. in what could have easily been a 4 or 5 game set if he didn't get out of those situations. And now we see a pitcher hit.
Yep, Bermuda Triangle bloop there for Eddie. Got a runner.
Now you got Lombalo up. 3 home runs in the series. 2 coming in that run rule game in game 3. Doesn't get any pitches to hit here. Now you got 2 on with 2 outs. Cat Stanja's just as strong behind Lombalo, though. This beginning of the lineup is really dangerous for the Sirloins.
Yeah, she may not get anything either.
And she gets a pitch to hit, but Crescent's over there with a good dive and a good throw, and he's going to get out of this inning with 2 on.
Wow, even though Eddie did reticle that up, that was a pitcher's pitch. So a good slider from Ricks baited him into swinging at that one.
Yeah, very rare this series that Cat Stanja's gotten any pitches to swing at, but that slider was up in the zone, and it was just a perfect spot. Couldn't really do anything with it when she finally got one to hit. Wayne Crescent, who's had really a high percentage of the putaways in this series over there at second base for the Cerezas, lines out right there for the second out of the inning. And we saw 2 out runs from Ricks in the last inning. We'll see if he's got a little bit in him here again.
That home run doesn't look like it scared Eddie off of the curveball at all.
And this is the guy who hit it up at the plate. Misses a little bit again, but he watches this one. Not able to hold back on the cutter, had a problem with that all series and chases it yet again, and now we've got a clean inning on both sides in the second after a hot start in the first.
Yeah, look like Ricks might stir something up there, but just not able to put a good lick
is that
on
gonna
anything.
work? Not quite. Rolled down the line. I thought he might be safe on a little bit of a hit bunt.
If that was 30, would have been safe.
And a weak slider finds the zone on the top, and he's able to take care of it and put it back to center field. And now we've got 1 out, 1 on.
You called it, Uni. That is not where you want the slider right there for sure.
And a hit in every inning so far for the Sirloins, not letting their bats sleep. Just like we've seen all series, holding the reticle on top. And Ed's eye looks pretty locked in right now. Not really chasing.
Yep. Yeah, he looks good.
And he takes advantage of that one, and that one's going to be way out of the stadium. It's got enough to make this game 4-3. After a great at-bat of watching a few balls go by, he gets a pitch to hit and takes it yard exactly where Ricks's was.
Yeah, and those tiny little walls out there. Not the longest stadium for sure, but he did belt that one pretty good.
Yeah, a couple of power displays early on here. Starters not holding up quite as well as they have in some of the other games in this series. Might see some early bullpen movement on both sides. There's the chase. Hasn't done that much this game, but he does the damage and gets up 2, and now he's got the lead 4-3. See if the Cerezas can respond the way they did in the last half inning when they were down.
Yeah, Rick's definitely going to want to get a couple in this half inning here because the bullpen is not far away.
Yep.
So this is the opportunity. This girl here on the mound to be hit.
Yeah, if she doesn't get hit this inning, I bet whenever her time's up to bat, she gets pulled. Ricks is definitely not afraid of running his bullpen from 4 through 9, or further if he needs it. Tish Ballin, is she going to have it? She does. It just floats in the air long enough.
Wow, 3-0 swing and put a good lick on it. Just hit it right at left field.
We're seeing a lot more chases from Ricks. Ed looking much more disciplined at the plate right now. Ricks is going to need to calm down a little bit and get good bats on balls, or else the Sirloins are going to realize that they can get him chasing off of the plate, especially with that cutter.
Could see a bunt here.
Twinkle Toes is tense on the mound, but able to get that one out. Crescent, who's had an excellent series in the field, seems like he makes a play every half inning, puts another one away. And now we're going to see the bullpen and the familiar Mick Steele come in here as the first pinch hitter. Gets the pitch he wants, but not able to take advantage of it. Another good hittable pitch, but watches it go by 2-2. See if he gets a pitch to hit here. And he does, but it's lined to the shortstop over there. We got Luna Hendricks. A couple of vacuums in the center of the infield for the Cerezas, like a lot of teams, but his second baseman's quite a bit stronger than most teams have run in the AAA.
So you used up that pinch perfect there, Uni, and didn't. He had a pretty good swing there, but didn't get anything for it.
Yeah, Mick Steele's came in every game early, but I don't remember him having any hits.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Once again, another inning of getting a base runner on, and he hits that one in the gap, but it's not going to be deep enough. Man on first and second. 4 straight innings of Sirloins having action on the bases.
Yeah, Rick's pressed to get out of this again with the same pitcher. Now he's looking at the pen, I think.
Might be the right decision. The complete opposite of what we saw in Zlat and Ty right here. They would try to force that starter to get this last out, but Rickson and the Sirloins have been completely opposite. They're not scared to go to the bullpen early. And this guy has a 10-2 ERA, Chuck Charles.
Interesting choice.
Looking to just get one out.
Yeah, perhaps looking for a ground ball, keeping it low and soft. It goes high there.
Yeah, looks like he doesn't want to give Lloyd Cook anything hittable. That one was not the best placement, and that one isn't either, and it's lined to center field. We'll see if he sends him home. He's got a good arm over there in center field and a pretty good throw. He's going to hold him. And we'll see if Ricks can wiggle out of another situation. Now you've got a pitch to Willard Wiggins, who's one of the best, if not the best batter stat-wise on the team.
Yeah, this is absolute red alert here. Rick's going to have to somehow come up with a pitch.
No home runs so far for Willard Wiggins in this series, but the stats are ready for it, and it's 3-0 right now. He's got to come at him. And he does, and it gets it by him.
Oh, my.
Oh, and walks a run in. Rick's having trouble with his command in this inning, and he's got another strong batter to face now with high pitch engaged as well. See if he keeps the ball low or not. Really missing far off of the zone.
A little wild, yeah.
Able to get a chase there, though. First baseman comes off, but Choo-Choo Rails gets there in time.
Wow.
He gets away only giving up one after the walk, but...
Boy, that is vintage Rick's. We'll just continue to nibble, 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 and it feels like you did so well, and all you get is one run.
Yeah, and definitely struggled with his command on the mound right there. It's going to be something to watch because the Sirloins have a good eye right now. It's not going to be to the Cerezas' advantage, obviously, if they can't find closer misses off the edge of the zone. Even Charles in there with a bunt. It's going to have enough. And he pushes the guy to second. Looking at a small ball run across here, maybe.
Yeah, you'll take one here for sure.
Can't chase too much, and now he's got 2 outs. Just a single can get a run across here.
Speed on third, big speed. Could even look to come home here.
We saw Sabrina Perez come into the game after that pinch hit from Mick Steele. Brings in his best reliever early. And that one gets through, a hit off of Sabrina Perez. Now it's a 1-run game.
Wow, that's a massive hit there for Ricks off a top pitcher. Looking to get more, has speed on first.
Another chase on the fastball. And so far, all the runs for the Cerezas have came off of 2 outs. So if you're the Sirloins, you're going to be aware of that and the fact that Rick seems to really be locking in with 2 outs and having some more patience at the plate. Oh, and a weak pitch. It finds the zone. Is the center fielder going to be able to get there? He doesn't need to dive. Dulce de Leche has enough speed to put it away, and Hammerlon Ballo almost found that right center.
Yeah, that's where contact hurts you, I think, with a good power swing. We're looking at that one probably in the 5th or 6th row out there.
Yep, that's definitely the downside to contact is the random power that you get. A lot of times with contact, if you want to hit 1 yard, you've got to look for that fastball. Weak changeup goes up over the head, and the shortstop's able to put it away for the second out. Chuck Charles doing a good job after coming in. Gave up the walk that allowed 1 run, but now able to get 4 straight outs.
Wow, there's another good example. Boy, that was a perfect trajectory for Ballin, but she doesn't have the most power and wasn't able to get her weight fully into that one, but a good swing there.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing good swings and a good eye from Ed at the plate on his side. Freshman Gatto has a home run in this game. He's able to hit that one, and now he's got a home run in his single, and we got some strong batters up. This is where the Ricks did his damage in the first inning. Right here in the heart of his order.
Yeah, that's a beautiful lead single. Got a mojo boost. The pitch was dead corner. Just able to punch it out there for a nice little lead-off hit there. Got speed on first. Speed with a mojo
it's a bad
boost.
bunt, though, and he's not going to be able to get safe at second. He's able to get there at first, though. And as this series has went on, we've seen Sabrina Perez get roughed up a little bit more. She's already given up a run and now a lead-off hit in this inning.
Might see Ricks go here. Has gotten caught so many times, though.
Yeah, definitely in your head at this point after getting called out probably 4, 5, 6 times in this series. Steals there, though, and luckily for him, goes foul. 2-2. And the hit and run might work out as it does. It goes by Willard Wiggins. He's getting aggressive and going to third, and he's going to turn back from second, but he's got him at the corners of 1 out. And the double play scaries are still here.
Better lucky than good there, Unicorn. It really wasn't much of a swing, but it had eyes for the outfield.
And right after the game makes it back even as he hits perfectly into a double play, and the Sirloins are able to get out of it clean. Could have been a dangerous inning right there. At least 1 across, and you're a tie game. That's a great job by the Sirloins getting out of that.
Yeah, a bit deflating for Ricks, but still it's 1 run, so just shake that one off. Didn't really deserve to be where he was anyway, but with that little trickler that got through, but I guess it goes both ways.
Pretty good contact by the pitcher there, but not deep enough. And now Lombala, who's 2 for 2 with singles, and then he also has a walk in this game. Might see a stronger reliever come out of the pen to face him. Chuck Charles has done a pretty good job for the fact that that's the weakest pitcher in this bullpen.
For sure, yeah. So is going to come with somebody else here.
Fisherman Fisher. Slightly different arsenal and slightly better stats, but Lombalo another. That's 3 hits in the last 2 innings that have been well struck but not deep enough.
Yeah, that's all you can do on that slider. That's a good swing.
Even with that, the front of this order right now is 4 for 6 between Cat Stanza and Hammer Lombalo. But there's a 3rd out and another clean inning for Ricks.
Yeah, and more importantly, Unicorn just got through the 2 biggest batters in the lineup, or at least tied for it. I think Wiggins looks pretty good as well, but good job there from Ricks.
Yeah, good job. Like I said, they were 4 for 6 going into that bat, and he was able to put both of them away cleanly.
Ooh, she deflects it.
Not quite with the speed, though, and now there's a leadoff single. Fisherman Fisher's up after just coming into the game, and now he's got to try to help himself at the plate.
Yeah, he's got a hit. He'll probably bunt.
We've seen some pitcher hits in this series. Misses a bunt on that one. Now Eddie.
Oh, and Eddie getting wise. He knows. He wants to go. He wants to get over to second the worst way.
That could be a problem, and it is caught in another double play from the Sirloins, and they seem like they've taken a page out of Ricks's book, and they're forcing double plays, it seems like, every inning right now.
Yeah, and Ricks, I don't know how good of a bunter he normally is, but he didn't look very good there. I know I'm probably the worst punter in the league, or at least tied for it.
Yeah, but after getting the leadoff man on, the bunt hurts him. He's not able to get the game tied still. We've been locked here for a few innings now. Fisherman Fisher's been good out of the pen so far this series, though. Does the first baseman get there? Yeah, Choo Choo's there easily. You've got one more scary batter up right here before you get to a little bit weaker hitters in the back end of the lineup.
Yeah, keep Wiggins to a single or less, and you're okay.
Still not seeing quite as crisp of location as we've seen the rest of the series, and it's going to pay off for the Sirloins right there as Ricks can't find the zone very well, and he's got a chance for a double here, but turns him back.
Eddie's done a pretty nice job getting on that outside slider. That's the one that can just be so easy to miss reticle.
And once again, the Sirloins have base activity. Every single inning so far, but one, they've had a base runner on. That keeps constant pressure on your bullpen when you know that you're down now to just a couple of relievers.
Interesting take there. Oh, he does draw the walk.
We've seen this so far from Ricks a few games in this series, a lot of walks. He's reached 6 or 7 walks in a couple of games, and now I believe he's up to 4 in this one. Is he going to get it? It's right over the glove of the shortstop, and the bases are juiced with one out. If Ricks is ever going to repeat his success of getting out of these jams, he really needs to do it right here, as the game is getting late in the 7th inning and the pressure's mounting. Already down 1.
Looking at the pen. Wow, coming with Jardine.
Yeah, another sub with the same arsenal except changeup instead of slider. Huge spot for Damian Rush here. And he gets in chasing, and he's going to get into the double play.
My. Oh, wow.
Double plays so far in this game.
Oh, my. I'm almost surprised Ricks didn't try to go home to first, but it really didn't matter as long as you get it clean either way.
Yeah, chooses to make the right decision right there, and still down 1. He's got to do something at the plate because Linus Bigby is coming in as soon as Sabrina Perez starts wavering. This might be her last inning. Swinging pretty loosely. Wonder if Fresh Bengata gets a pitch to hit here with 2 outs already. He might be the best batter in the lineup.
Yeah, I think any pitch he gets will be a mistake. Yeah, Ed's not looking to throw him anything.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. I think Ricks is aware of that. Yep, takes a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah, and if you're Ricks, you'll take that. You'll take a base runner, even if it's one of your bigs there, just to try to get maybe a gapper or something.
And Sabrina's losing some of those stats now. But it's not going to matter. Another liner to second, another out. The Cerezas are now 3 straight innings for both teams, actually, without runs. Seeing the bullpens come in and do a great job.
Fantastic location there from Sabrina after giving up the walk, a semi-intentional walk. Really located there.
Now a rare 0-2 count for Ricks on the mound.
I was going to say, you know, the next couple of pitches are not going to be strikes.
Yeah, I got to give him at least 2 or 3 balls if you get up in the count. It's the way that he's been doing it all series, and it's been working pretty well as he gets another one right there. Crescent called his name plenty of times. Sabrina Perez probably getting yanked here. Keeps her in, locked in.
She's got some batting going for herself.
Yeah, we know that Eddie will run a pitcher to 0-0 if you're not hitting them, and Ricks is now 3 straight innings and not getting anything across. So
yeah, that is true.
Very typical of Eddie to just keep that pitcher out there until they lose their right to.
Yeah, he's never been one to pull a locked pitcher, regardless what the numbers say.
Ballo pops it up, and that's a quick inning for the Cerezas. At some point, you got to stack something on the plate. You've only got 2 more opportunities with your season on the line. Even on hits, down 1 run.
Well, and if you're Ricks, you're in a pretty good spot here from the standpoint you're at home. So you've got 2 more cracks at the apple.
See if he can take advantage of it with all the pressure building.
That's what's going to be tough, Uni. You really got to keep your wits about you here. Make Eddie pitch to you.
A couple of good takes, and now he gets a pitch he watches, 2-2. See if he bites on the cutter. That might find the zone. Gets him anyways, and Sabrina Perez stays in there and gets a strikeout on choo-choo rails. And the time's ticking for the Cerezas.
Big hitter here.
And this
Can't
is
get
where,
lazy.
yeah, it's more difficult here as a contact swinger because you're down 1 run, but you don't have that home run power to get a solo shot. You've got to string across a couple of runs usually to score anything. And with 3 outs left in the ball game, or 4 outs left in the ball game, you can't necessarily small ball it either.
Got a player here with tough out.
Perez's stats looking really low now. He's looking at the pin mid-count. Decides to bring in Linus Bigby. Now it's going to be even more difficult for the Cerezas.
Oh, down the middle.
Oh, and he doesn't line it up well on the reticle, and that hurts as Willard Wiggins puts it away over there at first. And now we're going into the last inning with the 1-run game. And we've got 3 strong batters up for the Sirloins. He's looking to add to it and take a little bit of pressure off of himself.
Yeah, that was a big mistake pitch by Digby, and got away with it.
And it all comes down to this. 3-3 in the series, the first game 7 of the AAA playoffs, and now it's coming down to what might be a 1-run game.
That one was pitched right on the top of the camp to reticle, and Eddie picks up a single.
Here's a dangerous batter. You don't want him to break this game open with a home run here. Gets him to line to second. A great dive by Crescent once again. A home run already in the game for Preston Adonis. He gave him a juicy pitch there to lead off.
Oh, look at the size of that reticle.
Yeah. Surprised he even got a pitch to hit, but Glitter Jardin's stats are pretty good. Rick's being aggressive on the mound. First baseman knocks it down, but he's going to have enough speed to get to first. And Ed doing his best to try to stretch the lead by 1 or 2 more runs best he can.
So they pulled the mojo down on the first baseman who was diving at a ball. I've seen a couple of those. I saw one yesterday. I didn't think it ever did that, Uni. I mean, why would it punish somebody who's jumping or diving when those are not errors? Those are not scored as errors in this game. But it seems like you know what I mean? They're doing the mojo thing on some of those plays, which I don't quite understand that.
Yeah, the way they boost it, they also take it down. But now the Cerezas are down to their final 3 outs. It's taken 6 games to get here, and as much pressure as you can possibly get in the semifinals. We're seeing it right now.
This is it, folks.
Willard Wiggins puts it away. There's the first out.
That would have been a monster hit.
Possibly 2 outs from seeing the end of the series. And a good stripe up center. And now you've got the walk-off run, the tying run at first, and then the walk-off run at the plate. Wayne Crescent looks like he's ready for the moment with contact righty engaged and locked in.
Yeah, that cutter was not what you were looking for, cutting across the plate for Ricks to see like that.
Can it get over second? It's not over shortstop.
Oh, throws to the wrong base. I don't think he would have had him back at first.
And down to the last out now for the Cerezas. You have good speed on first. And he steals in this situation.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, no.
And it's
what?
a walk-off home run in Game 7 for Ricks. We see a classic here.
He threw the same cutter. I just said don't throw that.
Oh, my. And he gave him the pitch to send to right field, and he did exactly what he was supposed to do. Ricks, wow. After 4 innings of not scoring, he gets a home run to win the game and put himself into the World Series.
What a series unicorn, both of these two. Absolute, just crazy efforts. And it comes down, as we basically, I mean, even if he doesn't hit the home run, it comes down to that last hitter. Oh, God, how exciting. What a crazy, this was as back and forth a series as we've ever seen in this league. Um, I don't know what to say. Just fantastic baseball. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, wow, and rightfully so. That's how it ends, on a walk-off on the last out, on the last pitch, the last strike you have to hit, and he sends it to right field with the contact swing, takes advantage of that short right side. And man, now Rick cements his place into the finals after a great season from Eduardo, taking a 3 seed, had a great record on the year. Once again, not able to capture that elusive AAA title for him, but great season for Eddie.
Yeah, I feel for Ed. I mean, he had it almost in his hip pocket, halfway down in his hip pocket, and it just popped out on the ground. He was scrambling around looking for it, and it just disappeared on him as Ricks comes up with one of the more monster home runs, I mean, basically ever. This sends him to the AAA finals to play against a very tough player, but certainly a player he can beat. When you look at Ricks being the number 2 seed, Zlat, I think we said 5. Zlat kind of been a steamroller, but nonetheless, so now we've got a battle of play styles. We were talking basically all series about how the Dynasty Zlat series was more or less the polar opposite of most of what we were seeing here.
Yeah, and what we saw in that series between Zlat and Ty is it didn't seem to matter what pitch you threw. They were able to take advantage of any of it because they're some of the top batters in the AAA. And in that series we just watched, we saw Rick struggle with the cutter the entire series, and then he ends up taking a cutter over the stands to finally end the series, which is just shows that he can adjust and he can handle anything once he uses that veteran mind and realizes what you're doing. And right there, wow, he really figured it out at the right moment. But yeah, it's going to be a great matchup. We've got Zlat, the 4 seed, versus Ricks, the 2 seed. A couple of 4 seeds in there, so my prediction for no one in the top 4 is going to win is not going to happen. But it's going to be a great series. We're going to see a couple of excellent pitchers and then a contact swinger versus a power swinger. So it's going to be a different matchup than we saw right here, and it's going to be interesting to see if Ricks can stop that train that's going over there and Zlat, who's undefeated in the playoffs. You have anything to say talking about the matchup right before we get off of here?
I think it's a pretty even matchup. I think obviously a battle of different styles. I think Ricks's pitching could throw Zlat off. Zlat doesn't always hit the way he did against Ty. Ty, not the pitcher that Ricks is, and he would be the first to certainly say that. I want to say that I'm really, really happy for Ricks. Ricks has been around the XBL, like I said, at least 3 seasons, maybe close to 5 or 6. I'm not exactly sure because I wasn't here for all the seasons. But he has never done anything. I mean, he's always been a good player, but to my knowledge, he's never, really approached the finals or anything like that. He came in this season with the most attractive logo, put some time in. He put in the most work of anybody as far as disconnects and tallying the scores to try to get Wishbone the best information that he could, and he didn't seem to get discouraged. I mean, a lot of players really got discouraged and wanted to quit. They threatened to quit, just not having fun. But he was a guy that really just put nose to the grindstone, did the best he could, and we were kind of lucky that in the series here that it didn't really turn into a DC fest. We had a little bit, but really, I mean, even like that game, I didn't really see any lag pitches, or I mean, there was a couple of odd pitches, but I didn't see anything that looked like it was due to lag. There probably was 1 or 2, but there really didn't appear to be much of anything ruining the games, which was really nice. So thanks a lot, Eddie and Ricks, for being such good league guys and getting this done for us and recording. It takes some work to do these things. Not everything we do, even the broadcasting here, Unicorn putting in his time to do producing. I mean, he's been struggling to figure out how to get everything just perfect. It's not that easy. So a lot of people working hard for this league. You love to see it.
Yeah, and great season for Eduardo. Like we said, he's been here in the AAA. He's winningest player, played the most games. Once again, can't get over the hill, but huge congrats to Ricks as he gets his chance to capture some hardware. Has no hardware, like you said, in this league. Been a little bit of a middling player, but that just shows if you just put the time in and you continue to play, you can end up breaking through. Once you make the playoffs, anybody can make it, and Ricks is showing he's the number 2 seed. He should have won that side of the bracket in theory, and he did. And a lot of people early in the season may not have picked him, but late in the season he really showed out and went on a huge run towards the end. So we're going to see a Really good matchup after an instant classic in this one from a Game 7 that ended in a walk-off in a series that ended exactly as it should have. Had a little bit of everything. So, yeah, it'll be a great matchup between Zlat and Ricks. Excited to see it. It might be pre-recorded. It might be live. We don't have it figured out yet. You know how Metalhead does. If we do live, that's when all of a sudden the DCs might show up again. So, we'll decide that over time. But until then, we've got tomorrow XBL semifinals underway. Again, it's Lazy and Flash as they meet for Game 3 and 4. And then after that unfortunate thing for Pseudo and Luke, where Pseudo wasn't available, we'll get that to you next week as well. It's going to be a lot of XBL coming at you hot and fast. We've got both semifinals early on and both rearing to go 6 or 7 just like this one did. So we'll have XBL coming up and then AAA World Series. Y'all make sure you stay tuned to the Discord. Missed it was good casting as always. And until then, see y'all.